What's up guys, Jesse here. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. And I think it's no secret that Android smartwatches haven't really been the best for quite a while now. And they struggle to make a case against the clear industry leader, the Apple Watch. Well, this one is a little different because two of Apple's biggest competitors, Samsung and Google, are working together on this one, so clearly expectations are high. So as far as physical design goes, not a whole lot has changed here. You've got that same kind of hybrid mixture of traditional and modern that I am personally not a huge fan of, just because it kind of looks like they were trying to go for two looks at the same time, and I don't think they really play well together. I am glad that this exists though for people who like this look, and even though I'm personally not a huge fan of the design, I don't think anybody can argue that this thing isn't well built. We've got the stainless steel metal casing all around, buttons feel nice and clicky, and the rotating bezel is still one of the most satisfying tactile experiences in any tech device that I've ever felt. And of course, it's also got IP68 water and dust resistance, so you can wash your hands or go swimming without anything to worry about. You don't get a leather strap this time though, which seems kind of strange given that this thing seems to be going for a more traditional look. But the rubber strap that it does come with is super soft and pliable, very comfortable to wear all day. The band switching system is pretty difficult to use though. You just have these pins that you need to push in, and especially if you have very short nails like I do, it's pretty rough, and it's kind of to the point that I would not want to change these on any kind of regular basis. But overall, build quality is great and what you would expect from Samsung. And the same goes for the specs as well. On this 46mm model that I have here, the screen is a 450 by 450 circular Super AMOLED display with Gorilla Glass DX for a little bit of durability. You can make out individual pixels depending on how close you're looking at it, but colors, contrast, and brightness are all great, and you can use this in bright sunlight with no problem. It's also got 1.5 gigs of RAM with 16 gigabytes of internal storage, so you can download songs and just connect your earbuds directly to the watch and listen to music without having your phone nearby. It's powered by the Exynos W920 chip, which does a really good job with keeping everything snappy, but you still will get the occasional slowdown here and there. The battery is 361 milliamps and performs pretty well. Usually I'll end the day with around 65% battery left, and if you use the sleep tracking, then you can expect to burn through about another 20% during the night. Normally I charge it twice a day for about 20 minutes each time while I'm showering, once after my workout in the morning and then once before bed. And that seems to be enough to keep it going. So I would say comfortably 1 day of full use, but 2 days would be kind of pushing it. And apart from that, this thing is just packed with sensors, with some of the more notable ones being ECG, blood pressure, and new to this watch, body composition. And while all these sensors are pretty cool to just have available to you at all times, I would treat them as more of a just for fun type of thing than as an accurate tool for measurement, because they just really aren't good enough for that. I do want to talk a little bit about body composition though, because it is new to this watch. But I still remember when I was in high school and I was on the wrestling team, they had us measured for body fat the old-fashioned way, where basically they would just take this huge pair of calipers and just pinch you in your folds. And it was such an unpleasant experience that I think it's so cool that even if it's not accurate, just to be able to get any kind of reading from your smartwatch is really cool. So you basically just put your ring and middle finger on the two buttons, and then it runs a current through your body, and it can tell the composition of your body based on how well that current travels. And from what I can tell, it just gets you kind of in the ballpark of what the real number is, and then doing measurements back to back will often yield different results. So it's definitely not reliable, but it's just one of those cool little party tricks that you can show people when they ask about the watch. I always find it really funny though when companies make a big deal about all these new sensors in their watches when they're just not that reliable. Like, can you imagine if someone handed you a ruler and said, yeah, it's about a foot? Like, what would you do with it? Like, nothing. It's useless. Anyways, it's fun to play around with, but once the novelty wears off, I'm sure it's just going to be one of those things that you never really mess with again. What I think is a little more useful though is all of the fitness tracking features. So every day you have these hearts to close out that work exactly like the circles on Apple Watches. I think it looks tacky, but I guess they were just trying to avoid any lawsuits, and they do a good job at motivating me to get up and move more often. And it'll even remind you every now and then to get up and move a little bit if you've been sitting down for too long, which I run into pretty often. The automatic workout tracking works, but only really with walking or running. I do a ton of calisthenics in the morning, and this really is never able to detect anything. The running tracking was pretty cool though, because not only does it have GPS to track where and how far you went, but it also collects data on more advanced running metrics. So you can see that I've got a couple of things to work on, and if you tap any one of them, it'll even give you some drills that you can work on to improve on those things. Again, not really sure how accurate all of this is, but still very cool nonetheless, and promotes a healthier lifestyle, which I am all about. Other than that though, this of course also does all of the other smartwatch things like handling notifications, sending quick replies, and that sort of thing. But one of the things that I don't really like about this watch for those sort of functions is the circular design. I just feel like for such a small display, a circle is just not really the ideal shape. It just makes certain things feel really cramped, and you can only really view one or two full lines of text at the same time. I mean, I get why they did it because watches are traditionally circles, and if they made a square, they'd probably get sued by Apple. But still, functionality wise, I think it does leave quite a bit to be desired. Also, small complaint, the vibration motors in this watch are kind of unpleasant. Like, if you've ever played around with an Apple Watch, anytime you get a notification, you just feel like someone's tapping your wrist, and it's really nice. But with this, it's quite a bit more aggressive. Like, I don't know if you guys remember these, but when I was a kid, we had these fake packs of gum, and you would offer it to people, and when they tried to pull a piece out, it would just give them like a little shock. This kind of feels like that, but at 5% intensity. So definitely not painful, but still unpleasant. Anyways, I think if you're an Android user who doesn't have a smartwatch yet because you've tried them in the past and you don't like them, I don't think this is going to change your mind. While it is nice, it's not really doing anything to change the smartwatch game. But if you're somebody who knows they want a smartwatch and knows they could take advantage of all of those features, I say, yeah, go for it, because this is probably the best Android smartwatch out there. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Remember to smash that like button, and if you enjoy content like this, think about subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss anything. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace! Alright, so today is the day that I'm announcing the winner of the Pixel 5a giveaway. And first of all, I just want to thank everybody who participated and showed their support to the channel already. And a lot of you guys were writing all these stories about why you need this phone, and it just breaks my heart because it makes me wish that I had way more of these to give away. But sadly, I just have the one, and the only fair way to do it is with a random draw. So without further ado, the winner of the giveaway is Kyle.Brads. So congratulations, man. I've already sent you a DM on Instagram, and as soon as I get an address from you, I will be shipping this out to you. If you didn't win, don't worry, there will be plenty more giveaways on this channel in the future, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Again, I just want to thank everybody who participated and has supported the channel thus far. None of this would be possible without you, and for that, I am deeply grateful. Alright, catch you guys in the next one. Peace!